All right, sis, first of all, what's the scoops with Kilauea? I know, she is active again, and we're going to take a live shot. This is actually live right now.
Yes.
The latest eruption began just after 6 a.m. on Wednesday morning.
And fountains from the north vent are now approximately 1,000 feet. That's 305 meters high. Volcanic ash, pumice, and Pele's hair are being blown to the southwest of the vents.
Thank you for doing that quick conversion from feet to meters, because, you know, I didn't do really well in science. Or is that math?
Well, I just pulled it right off of the USGS site. No conversions there.
That is absolutely gorgeous, and all eruptive activity is confined to Halema'uma'u crater within Hawaii Volcanoes National Park. Now, another issue, sis, that is kind of erupting in the news right now is the U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement Agency, or ICE. Now, we are not a political show, so you know you have your thoughts on either side of the issue. We just wanted to bring this up to you that I don't know if you knew this, but ICE has partnered with the U.S. Marines to monitor entry into Kaneohe Marine Corps Base.
What's the scoops?
Well, according to the statement, the agency has been working side by side with the military since May 19th to question foreign nationals trying to gain entry onto Kaneohe Marine Base. And if required, they're going to arrest them and detain them right there on the spot.
Wow.
Yeah.
Just trying to do some shopping at the commissary, or even just going to work, maybe?
Or going to the beach, you know, because they get pyramids over there.
That's right, that's right.
But I think it was last week, my wife and my mother-in-law were going on base, and they said the wait was long, and they didn't understand why. So now we know that this has been happening.
And this doesn't change the alert status, though, right? Because, you know, like sometimes when the alert status changes, the lines get longer, the lines get shorter. You know, so I don't know if this constitutes an alert status level up kind of thing.
I'm not sure. We gotta ask Commander Elsie. We'll text her in the break, and we'll let you guys know, Bombay.
Yeah, I should go find that out. That's right. You know, and speaking of arrests and detaining and stuff like that, the ringleader of a $30 million scam network that preyed on seniors has been arrested and now faces decades in prison for the alleged fraud.
Sis, what's the scoops?
Canada's Gareth West hired dozens of people who would call older Americans pretending they were their grandchildren who had been arrested or hurt and were desperate for cash.
This is a trip because I actually have an uncle that faced this. He was elderly, and then somebody who was pretending to be his daughter called, and he couldn't tell, you know, like, and I don't understand why, because they're saying they're traveling abroad and they got busted and they're being detained. So I mean, of course, you're gonna ensue, you know, panic will ensue. But fortunately, my uncle was like, I just talked to my daughter. She's, you know, here on Oahu. So
yeah, so I don't know who you are.
Yeah, hang up.
Right. Man,
that's a trip.
You know, now this guy is going to face charges, right? He's facing charges of conspiracy to commit wire fraud, as well as money laundering, and he can face up to 40 years in federal prison.
Well,
and I don't think that's long enough, to be honest with you. Just me personally speaking. And when you prey on Kūpuna, oh, you're the lowest of the low.
Terrible. You know, he's gonna go from caviar to canned goods.
Oh yes, absolutely.
Different type of meals for him. Now, you know, we wanted to mention the canned goods because did you hear that Del Monte, the company, the beloved grocery staple, filed for bankruptcy after 138 years in business?
What's the scoop?
Sis, the company most known for its canned fruits and vegetables plans to sell itself as part of an agreement with key lenders and will continue normal operations during that process, you know, as they look for somebody else that can buy them or acquire them. But it's a trip, 138 years in business.
And,
Poof.
And you know, some of the Del Monte operations were here, yeah? For pineapple.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Pineapple,
fruit, Del Monte.
Didn't our parents work at the cannery?
It was either Dole or Del Monte, right?
Yeah.
We eat at the cannery, so wow, I'm 138 years.
Out of business. And you know, I guess because a lot of people nowadays are focusing more on the fresh veggies. And I'm, you know, while I'm sad for Del Monte and, you know, the canned goods, like I'm just so, I just feel so, just, you know, reassured that for especially here on Oahu or on our islands, we're getting a lot more mahi'ai or farmers that they're trying to be more sustainable.
People are learning sustainability, and I think there's different practices too. A lot of people are now going back to canning. A lot of people are now starting to freeze dry. And it's expensive. It's an expensive upfront cost, but when you freeze dry, you don't have to use as much of the metals that cans use, and the jars can be reused over and over and over again. But you just add a little bit of water, and you're literally reconstituting your food.
I love that.
Right? Yeah. So we all learning how for doomsday prep without the cans.
We did that long time ago. Remember I had the poi, the powdered poi. You just add water inside. Yeah. Oh, you take your fun stick, the dipstick. Anyway, what's the scoops with you? What do you think about the ICE at Kaneohe Marine Base, or the Kūpuna scammer, or even Del Monte filing for bankruptcy?
Yeah, please let us know by sending an email at islandlifelive@kitv.com or post a comment directly to this video on our YouTube page. Just search KITV.